What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. Today, I wanna throw out something. My 2 cents, as I always say, right? I want to see what you guys have to say in the comment section. So, when I did the video recently, was it a week ago, I believe, regarding the Bulldogs ever getting back in the fold or getting everybody ever getting back in line with whatever group under whatever faction, whatever, right? And there were some dudes, and I'm sure they were from Fresno. Shout out to everybody out there. And they were like, "Oh, everybody wishes." They said North and South wish. There was various messages that were basically saying the Vatos from down south and the Vatos from up north wish that they could run like that, right? And so I said, you know what? Let me make a video about that. Let me give my point of view, my 2 cents. First of all, let's keep things in perspective. How many Bulldogs are in the California Department of Corrections? I don't know. What is it? How many? I don't think there's even 4,000 or 5,000, right? And then the North, I'm not sure how many Northerners there are, but there are over 30,000 convicts housed within the CDC, the California Department of Corrections, that are designated as Southern Mexican. Over 30,000. Imagine a group that big, that violent, who have functioned under a specific mindset for decades, all of a sudden becoming anarchists. I believe if that were to happen, it won't happen. Let me make sure we understand. That will never happen. But in this hypothetical, this question, in addressing this question or this statement, I think it would be the bloodiest thing to hit the CDC. I think the California Department of Corrections would go on an emergency lockdown for a long time. Imagine over 30,000 people within the California Department of Corrections who no other faction, no other group, no one else could go to, like, hey, hey, your homeboy, my homeboy, what you talking to me for then? Go talk to him. When there's a lack of communication, and then, prison is a microcosm of society, of the world, right? Whatever wars are going on in the world right now are due to a breakdown in communication. Same exact thing happens in prison. So imagine having a group like that where they can basically fall back on, hey, don't talk to me, go talk to him. And everybody as an individual can do whatever they want. There's no longer the old rules, guidelines, codes of conduct. It would be nuts. It would be one of the worst things to ever happen to the California Department of Corrections. It would lead to chaos. There would be a lot of people that would want to push boundaries immediately, because when you have a group like that has been functioning under a certain set of guidelines, politicking a certain way, they would immediately start forming their own groups. Those groups would have to engage with each other for dominance. That would open up the door for other factions to say, hey, this might be a time to go ahead and move on them while they're moving on each other. You know what I mean? So it would be the worst thing. The way things are now they're that way for a reason. Stability. Um, it is curious the way, with this end of hostilities thing. You see that now that there's that since the end of hostilities, there's been more murders within the CDC, the California Department of Corrections, and it seems as though the Southerners have committed the majority of them. That's what happens. That's what people don't get when they talk about, oh, Southerners have it so good. They're deep everywhere they go. Yeah, and when they're deep, they don't even look at any other faction. They know where they're at. They're all jockeying for position. They're all trying to, people are peacocking and want to show who's harder than who, and next thing you know, there's somebody dead. And when you uncover what it was over, like, jeez, okay. So I just wanted to point that out when people say, well, Southerners got it easy. Everywhere they go, they're deep. Yeah, there's a lot of them. And they dislike each other a lot of times more than the rival faction. But anyways, I just wanted to put that out there and see what you guys think. Because when I heard that, I was like, there would be no way whatsoever that if somehow, which one again never happened, they had no leadership, they had no legends that they were under, that they had to follow. There's no way they would just be like, okay, we're just gonna do whatever we want. No, it'll be somebody would step up like, hey, Holmes, we're gonna do this, and that, and somebody else would be like, who the fuck is that waffle, man? Like, I'm gonna do this. It kind of would probably, and that would be, if it turned into YA where you just had ramflas, vatos you were cool with, oh, that would be total anarchy. That would be, people should just be grateful that every faction has their guidelines, their codes of conduct, what is expected of them, and it's very well known. Because it would be, California itself would turn into what these other states have. And then you would have things happening in California that don't happen because of the protocols involved and the politicking involved. And it took a lot of years and a lot of bloodshed for people to get in those lines and stay within them for all this time. When I say there's not a lot of Bulldogs in the system, that's not to be disrespectful. It's just the truth when compared to other factions and other groups. And so they've been able to do something and it has worked for them. They are okay with it. So then that means it works for them. But there would be no, I don't think the Raza from Northern California, I think it would be all chaos for them too. I think you can't just throw out the rules and just be like, everybody does whatever they want and nobody can tell them what to do. There's people in other states that are like, bullshit, we do it. And yeah, but you guys got a lot of motherfuckers getting raped over there, punked, bullied. It's just not happening in California due to the protocols in place. But this is just a quick video, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I know you guys like me to do prison stuff more, and like I said, I have to bounce around and do different things. I can't just be in one lane, man. As a content creator, as a channel, for me to grow, I have to, involve a lot of different people, and I'm gonna try different things. Some hit, some miss. We're gonna figure it out together, you guys. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them. What up? Two of them, because that thing wasn't working right. I'm out.